Welcome back. We're now going to have a chat with Billy about his career, his fledgling career in theatre after college. So, Billy, you got a job in St Andrews
Yeah, yeah.
uh, just as you left college. What was that?
It was while we were still at college. St Andrews have a theatre called the Bio Theatre, and they were doing some shows, and they came to audition the people who are about to leave theatre, and they were doing a show called The Slab Boys by John Byrne. It's a fantastic play, which was made into a movie actually a few years
Okay.
ago, and The Diary of Adrian Mole, which is a musical on stage. It's actually very funny.
And who did you play in that?
I played Adrian.
Very good.
Yeah.
You look like an Adrian.
I was because I've not got my glasses on, my school tie. No, but it was great. It was even now it still rates as one of my favourite jobs. It was just fantastic. Whether it was because it was my first professional job and starting to get paid and working with actors who had been in the theatre for 20 years, and it was just a great time.
Were you surprised that it kind of happened so quickly, relatively? Because the kind of stereotypical image is that you leave drama college, then you tout yourself around every
Yeah,
agent in town, and hopefully you'll get a stand in third
yeah.
spear holder to the left.
As I say, I don't know. I think luck has got a lot to do with it. It just happened they were casting two plays that I was you would think easy to cast in for those plays, and we did them, and it was quite shocking at first, I think, but it was brilliant, just a great time, and it was a really hot summer as well. I remember that. So the days were spent lazing on the beach, swimming in the sea, and then doing shows in this great theatre. It was
Mm.
brilliant. It was just a great time.
And so after that, what did you do? Did you?
Then I started working with quite a lot of the theatres in Scotland. I went from there to the Lyceum Theatre in Edinburgh, which is fantastic, which I've worked in quite a few times before, doing Shakespeare plays and also some modern plays there as well. An Ian Heggie play called um, An Experienced Woman Gives Advice, which I thought was a brilliant play as well. Some great writers in Scotland.
So, I mean, out of all the, I mean, how many plays have you done since you left college?
Oh God, I don't know. It must be what, double figures anyway, is that?
And is there any one that you go, that's my favourite, I would love to do that again? Or is it the kind of acting thing you go, the end of the show, the last night,
Hmm.
that's it, thank you very much, had a great time, I want a new challenge?
No, normally by the end of a run, I do feel that way. I feel like, yeah, this has done its run, I'm ready to finish. And it doesn't matter how long the run is. I think you have it embedded in your mind when it's finishing. And a few days before it finishes, you think it's about time that this run stopped. And whether you've been doing a run for 3 months or whether you've done it for 2 weeks, it doesn't seem any difference. But there is a few plays that I've done that I thought I'd love to do that again. Especially, I work a lot with the Traverse Theatre in Edinburgh, and they do new plays, and it's great to do a new play, I think, because it's like an empty canvas, and no one's ever played that character before, no one's done the play before, and that makes it very exciting. And sometimes when I finish those, even though I think, oh, it's about time this finished now at the end of the run, a few months later I'd think, oh, it'd be great if we'd done that, or
Mm.
I'd like to have tried that slightly different. So there are plays that that I would do again, yeah.
And what actor up here that you've worked with has made you go, you are fantastic, and I am going to use you as a kind of role model? Isn't there any actors up here? Are there too many?
There is a lot actually. There's some great actors up here, um, male and female. I think the the actresses up here are just incredible, and luckily there are writers who are writing for them.
Mm.
So there is plays like I did a play called Widows by Ariel Dorfman, who wrote. Oh God, they made it into a film with Sigourney Weaver, Death and the Maiden,
Right.
quite famous, and he wrote this play called Widows, which had I think about 9 women in it and 3 guys. So it had people like Annie Louise Ross, Irene McDougall, just fantastic Scottish actresses. as well as the guys that I work with as well, like Tony Cowney, I think is an incredible actor. As a comic actor, he's one of the best I've ever seen. Who he now directs up here, and in fact, once he was doing Liz Lockhead, who's a writer up here, and down there and everywhere, um, doing her version of Moliere's Tartuffe, and I was laughing so much I had to leave. It was he's an incredible actor, and people. There's so many. Mark Cox, Paul Riley, just there's so many great actors, you know. Yeah.
And is there any kind of theatre ambition you have left? I mean, obviously, and we'll talk about this later, the films that you've done, but I mean, is there any, do you see yourself going back to theatre? I mean, what's your plans with theatre? Do you have any plans?
Yeah, well, I think as I said to you before, my first love was film. I've always been, you know, I used to go to the movies any time that I could when I was younger, and I only get interested in theatre through drama school, and now I have a love for both. So I definitely would never say I'm only ever going to do one or the other. You know, like at the moment, I'm looking at a movie that hopefully I'll be doing later on, but in between time, before that would even start, I'm doing another play. I'm doing a play for the Traverse, a wonderful play called The Ballad of Crazy Paula, written by a Belgian writer, but it's been translated by Stephen Greenhorn. It's a fantastic writer up here. And so I'm really looking forward to that. It's just a two-hander with another great actress, Kath Howden, who's incredible, and I've never worked with her before, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, yeah, definitely work in theatre. Whatever, if it's an interesting script and an interesting character, I don't really mind what medium it's in. You know.
Billy, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.